sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North.
What's up and what's good? And welcome to All About Sports 216 Sports Show with me, Keith Allen, on this Tuesday evening. The time before the time of the game, so far the game of the year. The Cleveland Cavaliers, who take on the Boston Celtics tonight. Man, can't wait. Well, I ain't gonna hold y'all that long at all because I know the game will be starting pretty soon, and I might as well get started and everything real quick. I'm up here sharing the show and everything. Be patient with me, everyone. Thing in progress. I need a producer. I need a producer and everything. But be patient with me. But first off, going in, let me go here to my captions real quick. First off, the chat lines are open. Feel free to holler at me. Hit me up. Want to talk about the Cavs? We're going to do this in this short time. We're going to talk about the Browns as the Browns take on the Pittsburgh Steelers Thursday evening. And I'm going to tell you why I think they should actually clean house after this season. Also, I'm also going to tell you and I also want to say congratulations to the Cleveland Indians manager, Stephen Vogt. He won Manager of the Year. Congrats and shouts out to him. I'll talk about him quickly. And also I have my top 10 All About Sports 216 top 10 NFL rankings for this week. But first off, as I get to the in particulars real quick, also subscribe to the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. You'll get content from this show, the Cleveland Browns pregame show, and also the Triad Committee, which will be coming back December the 7th with me, Nasty Nail the Narcissist, and Romeo Rodriguez. But back to first off the business at hand, the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are undefeated so far this NBA season at 15-0, will be taking on tonight the defending NBA champion Boston Celtics, who are 11-3 and in first place in the East. The Cavs are in first place in the Central. Even though it is a November matchup, it got a national TV. It'll be in front of a national TV audience as well. And also for the Emirates Cup, as far as the in-season tournament. So this is huge. The Cavs, 15-0, fresh off a 128-114 win over the Charlotte Hornets this past Sunday. The Celtics are 11-3. And a lot of people wonder, is this game really important? It's for it to be in November, too. And I say, if you ask anybody who got the most to prove, I would say the Cavs have a lot to prove. Because they want to prove basically that when Boston beat them back in May, that the Cavs were injured and everything because there was no Donovan Mitchell. There was no Jared Allen. And you actually seen the beginning of the sprouting of Evan Mobley. Because you remember, In that game 5 that the Cavs lost, Evan Mobley scored 33 points. 33 points, and he was doing it big. So this game would be awfully interesting to me. Win or lose, I'm cool with either result. It's November, and nobody goes undefeated during the NBA season. But if the Cavs can get that win and go 16-0 and beat Boston in Boston, that would be huge as well. That'd definitely be huge as well. But we'll see. I expect an entertaining game. I expect a close game. And hey, strap up and enjoy yourselves and everything for some Cavs basketball. You know, all the Cavs are healthy for tonight's. Well, all the starters will be playing tonight. It won't be like it was when Donovan Mitchell missed Sunday's game to get some rest. And let's see. Now the three Cavs players off the bench are Coro, Sam Merrill, and Karis LeVert are questionable. Dean Wade is out, but hey, no problem. The Cavs got this. They got this. They definitely got this. It would be an interesting game, and you'll see where the Cavs measure up and stack up to the defending NBA champions in front of a national TV audience. So it will be interesting. Go Cavs. Beat the Celtics. Beat the Celtics. Now, I got to move right along because, you know, if you want to leave a chat and anything, conversation, feel free to do so. But moving right along, the Cleveland Browns, fresh off a butt whooping against the New Orleans Saints, will face this team Thursday night as they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers, first place in the AFC North at 8-2, and the Browns bring up the rear at 2-8. Now, can the Browns pull off the upset? Well, they Browns got the talent to do so. Now, whether they'll do so, that remains to be seen and everything. But we shall see. It will be well, I ain't gonna say it'll be interesting, but I'll just say we will see if the players are actually ready or going to play for Kevin Stefanski, who now has been on the hot seat. Now he's reportedly on the hot seat. Matter of fact, him and Barry both should be on the hot seat. Also, D. Podesta as well. Jimmy should be on the hot seat too. But Jimmy's the owner and he ain't going no damn where. So, like I said, D. Podesta, Barry, and Stefanski should all be on the hot seat. Because I'm going to be honest, if you look at the Browns right now, they're 2-8. But let me ask y'all this. Where is the Browns' next win coming from? Honestly, I don't think it's going to be Pittsburgh Thursday. But they did beat the Ravens here. And Jameis Winston, if he gets hot, he can make things happen. Because we've had 3 weeks of Jameis Winston starting. We had the great week against the Ravens, where he won AFC Player of the Week. Then he had the not-so-great week against the Los Angeles Chargers, where the Browns took an L. And he actually played decent on Sunday, but defense, special teams let them down in a 35-14 loss to the Saints, in which Taysom Hill had basically a career day against the Browns. So we will see. But like I said, it's seven games left to go. And honestly, where is the Browns' next win coming from? Is it coming this Thursday against Pittsburgh? Mm. Is it going to come 10 days after that against the Denver Broncos in Denver? And now Denver is playing good football. Uh, then you got to go to Baltimore. I don't know. And Baltimore's going to be playing for a playoff spot. Because right now, the way it looks like Pittsburgh is going to win away and win that division, win the AFC North, unless something crazy happens. Now, you got Baltimore. Then you got to go back up down to Cincinnati. And I don't know, because Cincinnati Bengals can score. Now, it'll probably be an interesting game. Might be a scoring fest against Cincinnati, but do you think the Browns can possibly come out with a win against the Bengals? Hmm. Then, let's see, that's like one, two, three, four right there, four games. Then, let's not mention, we got a game at home against the Kansas City Chiefs, defending NFL champion Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to be playing for probably home field advantage. Oh no! And Kareem Hunt is coming back also to Cleveland. And he will have an axe to grind. Oh no! Then you also got the Miami Dolphins. Now we may be favored to win that, but in Cleveland the weather has been kind of decent. And if the weather is any halfway of decent against Miami, and if Tua is quarterbacking, with our defense, the way they get confused and get signals crossed, could be a long game. So, and you got to go back to Pittsburgh and face the Steelers. So, y'all comment and tell me, where is the next Browns victory coming from? What's up, Miguel? What's up, my guy? How you doing? Can we win tonight? Miguel, the Cavs can win tonight. They definitely can win tonight. Because you got to look, Boston doesn't have Porzingis. And we do have our core four going. Now, hopefully Levert can go. And hopefully Okoro can go. Because Okoro helps out defensively on Jaylen Brown or whatnot. So, I think the Cavs can win tonight. And it would speak volumes. But it's going to be an interesting game. We will definitely see what happens. And far as for the Browns, no, I don't know where the next win is coming from. I'm just going to be honest. Might be 2-15. And this early, we're talking about the draft. We ain't had this kind of talk since 2016, 2017, where we had the 1-31. No doubt. You welcome, my man. You definitely welcome. Definitely welcome. So, I don't know where the Browns' next win is coming from. That's why we got to enjoy the moment tonight with the Cavaliers, because I got a feeling we all may be pissed off on Thursday. What's up, Alex? Next Browns win coming from losing to the Steelers, firing Stefanski, and hiring a passionate Browns lifelong. Hey, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to tell y'all this. In my opinion, if the Browns get whitewashed Thursday night against the Steelers, and that stadium becomes black and gold Thursday night, that may be the last game Stefanski coaches. I'm just going to be honest. If they get whitewashed against Pittsburgh, now, I wonder who the Browns are. Vrabel would be the obvious choice. He would be the obvious choice, and the Browns will have to move fast. Alex, you know what? My son told me the same thing yesterday. It's going to be black and gold here. Because, think about it. Who is going to see a 2-8 team on a Thursday night? For real. Who is going to see a 2-8 team on a Thursday night? on a Thursday night, and it's going to be cold on Thursday night. I like Stefanski, don't get me wrong, but he has no passion. He's like a damn robot as a coach. Yeah, and it remains to be seen if Stefanski can actually lead men. And like I said, he was voted 28th last year in the coaches poll with the players. He was voted 28th, and that speaks a lot. Now, a lot of stuff, I think he has a lot of interference with Jimmy and DePodesta up top, but and it's one thing when some years it just might not be your year. It might be one thing if they was like 4-6, maybe 5-5, 4-6, but 2-8, and the rest of the schedule the way it is. Ugh, good luck on finding a win. But if they get whitewashed Thursday and that stadium is black and gold, cheering for the Steelers, and that game is actually on national TV on Amazon, how do you come back from that? His first coach of the year, the best game they had, he wasn't even on the sideline. And last year, it was Flacco offense that saved them. Very true. I agree. I always say that anyway. To me, he didn't have no playoff victory, even though he gets the credit for the playoff victory. But you got to remember, Mike Prefer was the coach when they went into Pittsburgh. And guess who was the offensive coordinator? Alex Van Pelt. And like I said, they did a whole lot of changing and everything. And like I said, if it becomes ugly against the Steelers, whew, you ain't going to make that Pittsburgh trip. Usually, you know that Pittsburgh trip at the end of the season will be the death march for the Browns coaches back in the days. You won't have to go far this time. You just go in the locker room and they'll been and announced it. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting on Thursday. And like I said, Vrabel would be the obvious choice. But I think if I was Vrabel, only way I would take that job is if Jimmy and DePodesta got to step the fuck out the way. Just do the business side. Cut the checks. Spend the money, cut the checks. And let me handle the football side and whoever general manager the Browns are going to hire. Thanks, Keith. But to catch this Cavs game, oh yeah, you already know. You already know. That's why I said I wasn't going to hold people too long and everything. Because, yeah. And we're going to see how TNT feel about us. For real, because we on a national audience tonight. And also tomorrow night, the Cleveland Cavaliers also play the New Orleans Hornets. But tonight is the night. The biggest game so far in this young season. And it's an Emirates Cup game. So, hey, let's go Cavs. Let's go Cavs. Now, I wanted to change up real quick and give a shout out. And thank you, Alex, for your comments and everything. And thank you, Miguel, for your comments and everything. Like I said, comments make the show go quick and everything. I'll be on here thinking I'm only going to be on here for 20, 30 minutes, and I'll be on here for an hour and stuff like that. But I also want to say congrats to the Cleveland Guardians manager, Stephen Vogt, for winning Manager of the Year this year in his first year as manager of the Guardians. The Guardians won the AL Central, and they got very close. They lost to the Yankees in the ALCS, 4-1, but honestly, all those games could have went either way. Like I said, New York just had a couple more hired guns than the Guardians and everything. But great season, Stephen Vogt. Hopefully next year we can get to that next level and go get in the World Series and get that title that has been eluding Cleveland since 1948. But Guardians are going to have to spend some money. They are. They're going to have to spend some money, especially probably on that pitching staff, because I don't know what they're going to do with Shane Bieber. And really, to be honest, your only pitcher you have coming back really is Bibee, to be honest. Now, I would like for the Guardians to re-sign Boyd if he's willing to come back. And they might have to re-sign Bieber. Because really, to be honest, besides Bibee, who do you have in the starting rotation? Who do you have? Now, if Cobb would like to come back and he can come back at a discount, I would take Cobb too. I'm taking everybody. Anybody in that starting rotation. 'Cause I think really that was the Achilles heel of the Guardians. Is that, the starting rotation was very thin. Very thin. And also they got to get the right field straightened out also. Hopefully Joe Kinsey Noel can claim that spot in right field. Because he got the power. He has the power. He can get better track of the strike zone. You never know. And he's decent defensively. But, hey, we'll see what happens next spring for the Guardians. But, congrats to Stephen Vogt for being Manager of the Year for the Cleveland Guardians. Now, let's see. Okay, got a few minutes left and everything. And real quick, I'm going to go to the All About Sports 216 NFL Hot 10 rankings for this week, as a lot of spots have changed since last week. A lot of spots have changed. So I'm going to start off with number 10. They were previously unranked last week. We have the Los Angeles Chargers with a record of 7-3. The Chargers defeated Cincinnati on a last-second field goal. Last week, I think 31-28. The Chargers are now 7-3 and in second place in the AFC West. And the Chargers will be at home to face the Baltimore Ravens. That will be an interesting game. Very interesting game. At number... okay. Let me get this off here. At number 9. Let me scroll. We got the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans took it to the poor Dallas Cowboys, 34-10. The Texans are 7-4 and in first place in the AFC West. The Texans will be taking on the Tennessee Titans at home this week. At number 8, dropping from number 7. The Titans were 10 last week and they moved up to 9. At number 8, dropping from number 7, and they're falling, is the Washington Commanders. The Commanders lost to the Philadelphia Eagles last Thursday. They lost to them. That's the second in a row they lost. The Commanders take on the Dallas Cowboys this Sunday coming up. And the Commanders have a record of 7-4. Moving up to number 7. From number 8, we have the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers defeated the Chicago Bears in Chicago this past week. They have a record of 7-3 and are in second place. No, they're in third place in the NFC North behind Detroit and Minnesota. The Packers will be taking on the San Francisco 49ers this upcoming Sunday. At number 6, dropping from number 3, is the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers 18-16. And like I said, when the Ravens lose games, you have to question how, why. Think about it. They have Eric Henry, but they only ran him 12, 13 times. Imagine that. I don't get that. It's a black and blue game, physical game. That's what you signed Henry for. And to only run him 13 times is a waste. I'm going to be honest, a total waste. But the Baltimore Ravens travel to LA to face the LA Chargers this coming week. At number 5, up from number 6, is Fly Eagles Fly, if I can find. There we go. Fly Eagles Fly, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles at 8-2 and leading the NFC East defeated the Washington Commanders last week. The Eagles will be traveling to LA to face the LA Rams. Should be an interesting, entertaining game. The Eagles are in first place in the in the NFC East. At number 4 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers move up from number 5. They're in first place in the AFC North at 8-2. The Steelers defeated the Baltimore Ravens 18-16. They are in first place all alone in the AFC North. The Steelers will be coming to Cleveland Thursday to face the Cleveland Browns. At number 3, dropping from number 1, is the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs lost to the Buffalo Bills this past Sunday. First loss of the season. Kansas City goes to Carolina this week to face the Carolina Panthers. The Kansas City Chiefs have a record of 9-1, but they are alone in first place in the AFC West. At number 2, moving up from number 4, is the Buffalo Bills, who defeated the Kansas City Chiefs. They have a record of 9-2 and are alone in first place in the AFC East. You know what's crazy? We always say the last couple of years, we said the demise of Buffalo, that they was going to go down. They ain't going to be the same. Think about it. They got rid of their wide receivers and whatnot, and they're still rolling. That shows what happens when you have a quarterback. Cleveland Browns, you listening? When you have a quarterback can solve ills. The Bills defeated Kansas City. The Bills are 9-2, alone in first place in the AFC East, and they have a bye this week. And at number 1, moving up from number 2, is the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions beat the crap out of the Jacksonville Jaguars. 52-6, I think, if I'm not mistaken. The Detroit Lions are 9-1, alone in first place in the NFC North. They will be going to Indianapolis to face the Indianapolis Colts. The Detroit Lions are number 1. Number 1 in the rankings this week. Shout out to the Lions and everything. Looks like I'm going to be cheering for them during the playoff season, because the Browns, they're not going to be playing in January. Dallas definitely is not going to be playing in January, so here's what it is. But anyway, about to get up off of here, because I said I was only going to hold your time for a few minutes, because we got a basketball game to watch. The Cleveland Cavaliers against the Boston Celtics. Also, congrats to Cleveland State. Cleveland State Vikings men's are 3-2 after defeating Eastern Michigan over the weekend, 71-63. Cleveland State ladies, they lost to Akron over the weekend, unfortunately. And hopefully, Cleveland State men's team, I don't know who they play coming up, but I know they got a tough schedule. I just know that. But shout out to them. And I usually talk about the Vikings a lot and everything, but right now it's basically time for me to roll up out of here and everything. Everybody enjoy the game. Win or lose, the Cavs need to make a statement tonight. So let's get that win, Cleveland. Let's definitely get that win and continue pacing the Emirates Cup. Cavs can win it. That would speak a lot too. But anyway, I'd like to thank you all. And like I said, be sure to subscribe to the Alaviz Media 2 YouTube channel. Like, share this video. Share it with a friend. Definitely share it with a friend. I will see you all Thursday at 7 p.m. for the Cleveland Browns pregame as they go against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know what I'm going to talk about Thursday, but we'll keep it positive. We'll keep it positive. Remember, they did beat Baltimore at home, so, hey. And the weather's going to be, hey. Weather's going to be chilled. So we'll see what happens. That's why they play. Any given Sunday, Thursday, or Monday, anything can happen. But anyway, this is your man Keith Allen signing out. Everybody enjoy the game. And hopefully the Cavs get that victory against the Celtics. Let's go Cavs. Let's go Cavs. I'm out. Peace.
Sports. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.